Hi there, and welcome to the first ever live stream of the Murray State University Homecoming Parade. My name is Carrie McGinnis, and I'm the new Murray State University Director of Alumni Relations. Homecoming is such a fun and exciting time to welcome Racer alumni and their families home as we celebrate the blue and gold pride and traditions that helped make you who you are today. Be sure to stop by and see us here in a little while at Tent City if you're in town, or visit us in the Sid Easley Alumni Center the next time you're here to see all that the Murray State University Alumni Association can do for you. In the meantime, enjoy the parade and go Racers!
I don't think we could have asked for weather any better than what we have this morning.
And they moved homecoming back. You know, this is a later homecoming date than we're used to. We're right up next to Halloween.
And everybody's thinking, oh, my goodness, late October, the weather's going to be awful.
And the joke is on them. It is the high today is 78, I believe is the last I saw. There's not a cloud in sight. There are kids lined up for miles along Main Street here. What a great day to be in Murray. What a great day to have a parade. And might just get a big win in football as well later on.
I'm counting on that. And Tent City, what a deal that is. There's no doubt about it.
The tents are up and the sun is out. It's a great day to be a racer.
And the parade is coming our way. The blue lights of the Murray State University Police Department, the City of Murray Police Department, and all of the other units that help to support and protect us are leading the group of parade participants in, and they're going to be in front of our venue, which is right in front of Murray Middle School. And across the street, Logan, can you kind of give us an update on who's sitting over there so that everyone can see before the policeman gets here?
Well, every homecoming, we celebrate the Golden Reunion, the 50th anniversary of a class. If you do the math, that means this year's class is the class of 1966, and they have come out in big numbers. There's just a handful of them here sitting beside the parade getting ready to watch, but I have heard that there is a great turnout for that 1966 class, and they are going to be they have been doing and will continue to do activities all throughout the weekend as we get away from the Murray Police Department.
When you talk about all of the activities that are going on, there's no way any one person could attend them all.
Right.
But boy, they do a good job with every aspect of breakfasts and lunches and dinners, and it's just a wonderful feeling to be here for homecoming.
And with the police going by, I think we should mention, you know, that's one of the big selling points for Murray State students here is to know you got 4 different police jurisdictions, police forces that have jurisdiction on our campus, the Murray State Police, the State Police, County Police, and City Police. And you talk about a safe community. They do as good of I've been on a lot of college campuses in my work. And
absolutely.
They do as good as anyone as making us feel safe and protected and welcomed here in Murray. It is a great place to be.
I'd love to have that car.
That's a sweet one. And we've got we got viewers from all over the country this morning. I know there's a particular family in San Francisco, California we want to say hello to. That would be my folks, the Stout family, at a conference in San Francisco. I know they are wishing they were here. As we look down Main Street, Pete, it looks like the fire departments will be
they're getting
their
ready
way
to come in. There are an awful lot of people, Logan, that we need to thank for the fact that we are doing this morning. Murray Electric System, Chad Lawson and Edwin Richardson, we want to say thank you very much for making this stream possible by providing us an internet connection. And, if you are interested in watching this, there are ways you can do it. And do you have the exact
the URL for this is murraystate.edu/streaming.
All right, that's it. murraystate.edu/streaming. And you can see everything that we are doing this morning on your personal computer.
Pete and I will be doing our best to keep up with the flow of traffic here as the fire departments make their
Yeah.
way through. We also want to thank the camera crews for
Absolutely.
this setup here. You know, some of them are walking tight ropes on this trailer that we sit on here, but the crew of Shasta O'Neill, Jeremy McKeel, Piper and Chelsea, two of our camera operators, so many people going in to make this production possible. We certainly want to thank all of those Murray State students and staff for putting this on. And I know it's a great service for the people watching all over the country. There's a lot of people that just can't make it to homecoming. You know, on any given year, you may have something come up, and this is a great opportunity for them to still feel a part of it, even though they are not here in Murray with us.
Donna Herndon coming across the street.
What a name that
Bless
is.
her
Big
heart.
name.
What a name that is.
A
That's
big
a
name.
fact. I'm glad to see her out and going strong. I want to say thank you to O.L. Richardson for the trailer that we're sitting on. We couldn't be here without the generosity of people like O.L. Richardson. Thank you so much.
If you're watching online and you're enjoying the broadcast, you're enjoying the fact that you're brought into the homecoming parade even though you're far off, please tell us about it on social media. You know, there's so many different platforms out there. I know Pete Lancaster, I know you're all over all the social media platforms.
I do one. I do one, and I don't do that very well.
Hashtag Racer Homecoming. Get in on the conversation about homecoming using the hashtag Racer Homecoming on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow the Alumni Association now on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. They'll give you all the updates
That's
on
right.
the homecoming activities.
Yeah. I'll tell you, if you want more information, you can follow Murray State on Snapchat or Instagram, and everybody knows how to do that.
What a day for not just the city of Murray, but a day for Murray State football in particular. Coming off a big win last weekend against the number 15th ranked team in Division I AA, the EIU Panthers. They're facing another ranked team today, and this is all kind of the precursor for the big football game at 3 o'clock today. We'll kick off at Roy Stewart Stadium. And how about some royalty in town? They'll be coming through here in just a little bit, but we got a lot to say about them, so go ahead and preview that for us. Who we got in town for Racer football? Who do we?
Oh, you're
well, I queued
looking
you up
over
there,
and I'm thinking he's going to a video. No, he's not. I'll tell you this: Tent City. We have Tent City that has been held annually since 1989. Right now, there are nearly 50 tents set up on the east side of the track at Roy Stewart Stadium. We will crown the homecoming king and queen at 2:45 on the football field, and then the football game with Tennessee State gets underway at 3 p.m. All right. You asked me what now? I forgot.
There's a legendary coach in town this weekend that you happen to be particularly fond of, and that squad from 1976 celebrating, 1986 celebrating a 30th anniversary. Tell us about that squad and just your memories of it.
Frank Beamer came here in 1975, I think. Anyway, we can look all of this up, but the bottom line on Frank Beamer is he won the OVC, and that has not been something that we've been, very fortunate to do since 1976, but he did it, and then he went on to be a Hall of Fame coach at Virginia Tech. But he has always said, and I think this is in his DNA, he loves Murray State, his family loves Murray State, and he enjoys coming back here. You know, in Frank Beamer's position, he could be anywhere in America today discussing football from an expert's point of view.
He'd be welcome with open arms
He
just about anywhere.
He absolutely would.
At the time of his retirement in 2015, he retired. At the time when he retired, he was the winningest coach in all of Division I football, the winningest active coach in all of Division I football, piled up an enormous amount of wins, including 9 ACC titles, 3 Big Ten titles, 3 Big East titles, and then, of course, that OVC one started it all off what a joy that is. What a pleasure that is to have Frank Beamer in town. He will be in this parade. And he will also be honored along with that 1986 team. A ton of those players have come here.
That's absolutely right.
And they'll be honored at the football game today.
And I want to give a little shout out to some of the other men and women who are in the Hall of Fame here at the Ohio Valley Conference. Roy Stewart, J.D. Rayburn, Johnny Luther, Benny Purcell, Cal Luther, Bill Cornell, Steve Newton, Elvis Green, and Margaret Simmons all have taken their place in OVC immortality. Guess who's coming?
Members of the military make their way through here to a well-deserved round of applause.
Absolutely.
We certainly thank them for their protection and giving us the rights that we enjoy today, the rights and freedom we enjoy today. And right behind them is a decked-out racer band. You throw homecoming and Halloween in there together.
And Halloween together.
You got a racer band that is decked out, all kinds of different costumes. And, man, the racer band is strong this year, Pete. One of the youngest racer bands ever. The freshmen outnumber the sophomores, juniors, and seniors combined. But, boy, they're strong.
208 members strong.
And we've got Spider-Men and nuns and Waldo and all kinds of I see a hot dog in there, Pete. I mean, there's all kinds of characters in this racer band.
Some of them are a bit irreverent, but that's okay. It's homecoming.
A Blues Brother hand in hand with some nuns to lead the way. If you don't recognize the tune by now, you should. That would be a legendary Halloween classic, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah.
What a fitting song for the racer band, how decked out they are right now. This is good stuff. Happy homecoming, everyone.
Happy homecoming. You know, I wonder where some of these kids got these outfits they're wearing.
Following them,
and
the one and only
Dunker.
And the racer cheerleaders.
cheerleaders.
And then the dance team behind them, the Racer Girls, and they are paying homage to breast cancer awareness with their pink pom-poms and bows. Great cause there. And now, I believe we're going to see a little Michael Jackson breakdown here from the Racer Band. That's exactly what it is.
How great.
Doing this dance is hard enough as is. How about doing it with some tubas on your shoulder, sousaphones on your shoulder, dressed as who knows what.
Dressed as who knows what. That's right. You know, there's always when Dunker is on the field or on the floor, there's always people saying, wonder who he is or who she is.
That's right.
We'll find out at the end of the season. But right now, I want people to welcome the grand marshals of our parade, the only Murray State University graduates to become Murray State President and First Lady. Dr. Tim and Patsy Miller are in front of us right now. And Tim was named Murray State University's 12th president in 2014. He also served over 20 years as the executive director of the Murray State University Foundation.
And we could go on and on about
Yes.
Tim and Patsy.
Absolutely.
If everybody would turn in their dictionaries right now to aging well, you would see Tim and Patsy Miller's face plastered.
Absolutely.
Those two haven't lost
haven't
drop
lost
of
anything.
Looks. They look great. They are great
and they feel
grand
great.
marshals.
And that's great. Right now, I want to say welcome to the mayor of the city of Murray. He is Dr. Jack Rose, and he's coming by waving at everybody.
Throwing out some candy as well. I like that, yeah.
And his lovely wife, Janice.
And that
The
would be your
homecoming
homecoming
king and queen.
king and queen from
From
last
year.
That's right.
That's right.
Blake Thomas and Kristen Henson,
Yeah.
two great ambassadors for Murray State University.
Don't you love the Jeeps, too?
Yeah, lots of Jeeps. It's been a Wrangler with every one. Tim and
And
Patsy
here
Miller in
come
a
some
Wrangler.
of the candidates, Kelsey Bogard and
It would be
Caleb.
Brandon,
Brandon.
yes.
Yeah, Caleb Brandon. Want to say good morning to Kim Dunaway and Michael Mann and Amy Jones and Justin
be
Spicer.
Austin Spicer.
Spicer. Excuse me.
And here comes trouble. We got Robert Rosa as well, good friend.
right.
Robert Rosa, calling us out right now. He looks good, though. He's looking good, rocking another one of these Wranglers coming
What he
through.
doesn't know is you're the guy who announces the homecoming
Yeah.
king. It probably won't be him, right?
Yeah. That's Jordan Mayberry and Robert Rosa making their way. Emily Munt and Cole Reichert. And now a former homecoming queen, but she's riding in the parade
Yes.
as Miss MSU, the
Miss
reigning Miss
MSU.
MSU, Rachel
Ross. Good
Jeannie
morning,
Morgan.
Rachel.
Jeannie Morgan and Tressa Ross are
Yeah,
proud relatives,
absolutely.
beaming from ear to ear as she comes
Beaming
through
from
here.
ear to ear. Here comes a pair I'd hate to draw to.
Clinton Combs and Nathan Payne, SGA president and
Yeah.
vice president. Nathan Payne, who was pied in the face at last year's
Is
all-campus
that
scene.
right?
Yeah, he was a good sport about it too. Everybody loves Nathan and
Here's
Clinton.
Dr. Davis and Cindy and Katie. Want to say good morning to the president of Murray State University. And we're happy to see him.
Nobody has
All
more
right.
fun. Nobody has more fun on the job than Bob Davies, your president of Murray State University.
Good,
That man
got
has
it.
taken more selfies with students than any president
Amen.
in the history of collegiate
Who
presidents.
would this be?
This would be Racer 1 and jockey Katie Shockley, an equine science major from Bowling Green, Kentucky, I believe. Gary
And
Ackerson leading the way with them.
What a gorgeous animal, and I'll tell you what, that is one of the best traditions of Murray State University as far as I'm concerned.
The Pony Express truck making its way through here
Yeah,
along with
think
some
of
Border
that.
Regent
Tell us
men.
a little bit about the Pony Express.
What a cool thing this is for students. The Pony Express, as it makes its way right after the Alumni Association Jeep.
Uh-huh.
The Pony Express, a great
Glad to have
stop
ya.
for students. They can stop by. That Pony Express has a Twitter account that is,
Yeah.
that is really students
Just
pay so
dial
much
it up.
attention to that.
Uh-huh.
And it'll post up in different spots as Dave Winder with Murray State Athletics gets a photo here. We certainly thank Dave for his photography today.
Yes, absolutely.
But the Pony Express serving up burgers and chicken wraps and fries and all kinds of good stuff for the students in between class. That's a pretty neat thing. You don't always have to go to the cafeteria
No.
or to the dining hall. You
But
can
you know
go to
our-
the food truck.
Here's Frank Beamer. We
And
need to.
Here comes Frank Beamer, a 13-time conference champion, one of the greatest coaches, not just in Division I AA, but in all of college football. His alma mater, Virginia Tech. He's the winningest coach all time at Virginia Tech, and got his start, one of his first coaching gigs right here in Murray State University.
Absolutely right. And here is the 1986 OVC Racer football team.
That 1986 team, fists high, waving hands.
Yeah.
They are fired up to be here.
Eric
A
Krigler,
good
an old
group
buddy
of
of
them,
mine.
too. Talk about aging well. Some of those,
Those
look ready.
guys,
some
yeah,
of them
they
look ready
look
to go
like
play.
they could put on a uniform today, don't they?
How about Michael Proctor that year?
Oh,
Went on to
man,
have a Murray
yeah.
State Hall of Fame career, but he was just a freshman in '86. Led
That's
the
right.
team to an OVC
That's
championship.
right. Nobody knew what they had at that point in time, did they?
From Georgia, now lives in Chicago. His
Yeah,
number 11 is
uh-huh.
one of two jerseys retired at Murray State football. The other is Larry Tillman's number 10. Tillman played for Murray State in the late 1960s.
Right.
The Radiant Racerettes, along with the Black Student Council, making
Right.
their way through here. The Racerettes, another one of the dance teams that you can see. So you got the Racer Girls and the Racerettes. Both very talented groups.
Absolutely.
Black Student Council making their way through here on
This is
big Dodge Ram.
I
Several big
love
Dodge
the
Rams.
fact that the parade gives us time to introduce everybody. It's
Right.
In other words, there has not been at this point so far. There hadn't been a major backup, and here it comes.
Don't hold your breath, right?
Yeah,
it's coming
don't
whether
hold
you're
your
ready or
breath.
not. Black Student Council Executive Board is
Right.
making their way through here. These students serve as liaisons for the
For-
underrepresented
that's right.
populations on Murray State's campus.
And we're happy to have every one of them. The ladies and gentlemen across the street from us seem to be enjoying themselves and looking for a great afternoon as they involve themselves in all of the festivities surrounding homecoming, the 50th anniversary. How about that?
The morning started with dew on the grass and that nice, cool fall weather, and by the end of the day, we're going to be near 80 degrees.
82, 83 degrees.
Take
I
the
think.
jackets off and go watch football, right?
That's
I mean,
right.
what a beautiful day for football at Roy Stewart Stadium. Kickoff set for 3 p.m. Of course, the coronation of the homecoming king and queen right before that. And I know the camera's getting lots of shots of that 50th anniversary class from 1966. So you got 2 big anniversaries that are, of course, there's a lot of different anniversaries that are being celebrated here. I know the Murray State choir, all the choirs from years past are in town this weekend. Many choral alumni are in town to hang out and reconnect, so I know that's a big one. You got the 50th anniversary of the 1966 class and the 30th anniversary of the 1986 football OVC championship team.
Man, I'm glad you're with me because I'm enjoying the parade while you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing the play-by-play. I love it.
Well, I'm happy to be with you, Pete. As well connected of a
I'll
as
tell
a
you
person
what.
and popular of a person
Well,
in Murray
these
sitting to my left.
These
right
are
here.
some of my friends going by. Hi, Linda, Linda Avery, and David Roos. Good morning, everybody. Jamie Comer has just joined us on the street.
The Comer
He's
for,
running for Congress.
Yeah, the Comer for Congress campaign.
Yeah. Kenny Imes,
State representative.
state representative. Look,
That is
not
what I thought we would see.
Wasn't what I thought we'd see either.
that is
Good
not
morning.
what I thought we would see.
How are y'all doing?
No comment as they make their way through. Elizabeth College
Yes,
makes their
these-
way, a residential college.
The residential colleges have been a major part of Murray State University. There's no doubt about it.
The first public university ever to have the residential college system, Murray State University.
Yep.
If you look up on these academic journals,
That's right. They're all up east and they're all Ivy League.
that's right. And the first public school to ever do it, Murray State University. What a cool claim to fame that is. That has been in existence for coming up on 20 years now, and the residential college system is a big, big hit.
We're
The
getting
brothers
ready.
of A-Phi-A made their way through there as
Yep.
well.
We're getting ready to break into some of the Greek representations coming up right now. And I'll tell you what, there are some fantastic young people that get out for a week in advance and help to build these floats, and then the fraternities and sororities get together and ride on them and everything. This one coming up
That'd be Sigma
is
Pi,
Sigma
right.
Pi and Kappa Delta, and the float is 1960s themed. That is one of the decades, right?
That's
Featuring people from the 60s like Jackie and John Fitzgerald Kennedy. They have a tree in the center with "Love Grows Here." There's a mural of what Murray State's campus looked like in the 60s and the construction of the Lowry Center.
What a cool moment here, Pete.
Yeah,
the 1960s float goes by the class of 1966 sitting on the other side. And you know those people who graduated in
They're loving
1966 are saying, I remember that. They are looking at,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
don't
look
believe
here.
what I just saw, a proposal,
A proposal.
on the 1960s float. Ladies and gentlemen, she said yes.
She
and
obviously
they kiss,
did.
and I have nothing
What
left
a
to do
wonderful-
but stand and applaud. The sorority girls are crying, the men are celebrating, and we
What a-
have
what
an
a
engagement
wonderful-
on the 1960s float right next to the Love Grows tree. You could not write a better script
No, you
than
could
what just
not.
happened
That
in
was
the
fantastic.
2016 homecoming parade.
That was
is
fantastic.
something else. The Sigma Pi and
seems-
Kappa Delta float might have just won the whole thing with the proposal.
It seems to me that everybody in the place knew about it except the girl.
Except her. They were all in on that except the girl. And now she is wanting to tell her mom, but she can't because she's on a float.
On a float. And
How about
her
that?
picture was just broadcast all over everywhere.
All
And,
over everywhere.
how many people
Congratulations to
can
the
say that?
newly engaged couple as we are catching
Ah,
Smarties and Almond
yeah.
Joys, all
Oh,
kinds of
man.
stuff. The State
Reese's.
Farm, Chad Cochran's State Farm float makes its way by and throws some candy.
Always good. Okay, that was fun. Like
I don't
you
know what
said.
to do now. I mean, we just had a proposal.
We just
Can
had
we
a proposal. There's not much you can do to follow that.
Good luck to the ones after them. That is something else. The 1960s float, Sigma Pi and KD. How about that?
that
and,
was-
you know, there was a proposal
That was
a couple
fun.
of years ago at All Campus Sing that I had the pleasure of being a part of, and that is, boy, takes it to another
It
level. We
does.
just
It
got holy
absolutely
matrimony mixed in the
does.
middle of all the homecoming
And
festivities.
bless her heart, she said yes. That was good too. That would have been
Can you-
rather embarrassing nationwide, wouldn't it?
The what if would not have. That would not have been good.
Oh
As the
my goodness.
Baptist Campus Ministries float makes their way through, all decorated out in
Yeah.
balloons, it looks like. One of the campus ministries, of course, there's several.
There are several of them on campus, and all contribute a great deal to life on this campus. There's no doubt about it. They-
BCM, not only Baptist Campus Ministries, but they have building campus memories
for 83
83
years. That's a
How
long
about
time.
that?
I love puppies. Don't you love puppies? Who can't love puppies?
You got the Murray Horsemen's Association,
And-
the Rodeo Club,
Yep.
and the Dressage Club all coming through. This is
Yes.
hey, this is cool.
Just-
The first time for these three clubs to be in the parade, the Horsemen's Association, Rodeo Club, and Dressage
dressage
Club.
is something that we haven't been featuring a lot, but that's a good addition. And the hunt team, my goodness.
And following them is the International Student Organization. Look no further than the international student presence on our campus to know that Murray State has a vibrant and diverse college
Very
community.
diverse college. They
You know,
they really add a lot.
884 international students from 55 different countries.
Yes.
That means, Pete, that just a shade under 10% of our student enrollment comes from
And-
every corner of the world.
And
What a
it
cool
is
scene.
absolutely wonderful to see them in their full dress,
Wearing
wearing their native costumes.
exactly
it's
right.
absolutely wonderful to see. And they have such a good time on this campus.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, every one of them that you see, they are just very happy to be here, and they're all beautiful young people. We're happy to have them.
and they are just loving it, waving their country flags as well.
Yeah, and having a great time. All right, we are family.
That is I see Racer 1
Yeah,
on
I
there.
do
How about
too.
that?
Uh-huh.
This is a 70s themed float, Alpha Sigma Phi and Alpha Omicron Pi here.
Yeah.
And they have Racer 1 on the float because that's when the Violet Cactus first Racer 1 tradition began in the 1970s. The tradition of Racer 1 taking the track after a touchdown started exactly in 1976. And the AO Pies
AO
going through their
Pies.
chants, of course.
I love their T-shirts. Every one of them wearing the same type T-shirt. And here come the guys. You notice the girls walk and wave and sing.
And the
The
guys,
guys
just grunt.
ride.
Yeah. A stark difference
love
there.
it.
Both of my sisters were AO
Absolutely.
Pies.
Really?
Katie Cunningham and Erica Guest. Got to say a shout out to them. They were
Fantastic.
AO Pies. And
That's
so they
great.
are represented here with the float.
Alpha Sigma Phi Sweetheart. Do you have her name there?
I do not. I was hoping you did.
No, you'd think they'd put it on the. on the
They didn't
thing,
give us
wouldn't
that
it?
info, but there she goes. Clark College making their way through.
Organization of Murray Arts students. Can you tell?
How about that mummified? The mummified, what is it? The Walking
Zombies.
Dead. Zombies,
The
not
Walking
mummies.
Dead.
Zombies. You can tell I don't
Ooh,
watch the
those-
show. How about
those-
that?
That's a terrible wound that girl has. It's awful.
The makeup.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, that is some detailed, and they're playing it
Yes,
out too. The
yes,
acting
it,
involved with this.
And they're
Children,
walking
beware.
the entire way. I was gonna say. Fantastic.
It looks like Delta Zeta, one of the
And
new
ROTC.
Yeah, Delta Zeta, one of the new organizations on campus, swinging into the 40s. Their 40s theme float. First time, another
By war
first timer.
bonds. That's funny.
First time for both organizations to be in the parade.
Absolutely.
They got an amphitheater, a jukebox with Frank Sinatra playing, and support our troops for World War II, as you mentioned, in an old-timey Pepsi
Now
Cola
there's
truck.
an old Pepsi truck that you don't see very often around town.
And right behind that, let's
Coming
see.
up,
I know the camera's got it, but we can't see it yet. We might.
let's see. They'll get here in just
They'll
short
get
order.
here in time for the camera to be on the next and us to be talking about them. I know that David Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram supplied the Ram.
He supplies vehicles like you would not believe. If you ask any of our automobile and truck dealers here in Murray, they will volunteer to help in any situation.
They support
They
the
all do.
university
They
very well.
Very well.
The Alpha Alpha Iota Zeta chapter is who that was making their way through.
Okay.
And unsure on this one as it makes its way here. What a impressive float that is.
SIGEPS.
That's the SIGEPS with
Yeah.
the Lovett Auditorium there as it
Yeah.
was built in the decade that they are representing.
Wow. And Tri Sigma is with them, with the SIGEPS, and all decked out in their long sleeve T-shirts. I love it. I love it that everybody likes to be a part of the parade. They get to walk in the parade and see all of the people that are lining the streets to see this. It's a wonderful day for us.
As Sigma Phi Epsilon and Sigma 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 make their way through, I got to give my other shout out. My wife.
Your
was
wife?
A Sigma Sigma Sigma.
There
still
you
is.
go.
A Sigma
Still
Sigma
is.
Sigma. And I
Once
think
a
you mentioned
Sigma.
Donna Ruth earlier.
Yeah,
Donna
she's a
Ruth,
Sigma.
A Sigma. ATO and Alpha Sigma Alpha. So that'd be ATO and ASA making their way through. You can take one look at that float and know what decade they're representing.
you sure
Flowers
can.
and peace signs everywhere.
What a beautiful float.
And a Volkswagen
Yeah.
bus right in the middle.
There you go, right in the middle of it. Full of people on their way somewhere, no doubt about it.
With a peace
With a
sign
peace
on the back.
sign
How
on the
about
back.
that? And
That's
vinyl
right.
records along the side. Very well done. ASA
And
ATO.
we're proud of them. We're proud of them.
My dad, the shout outs keep coming. My dad and my uncle, Alan Stout and Keith Stout, ATOs.
Now, I
and
know
very
both
much
of
so.
them. I know both of them. I can't believe they're not here. That
Well,
just,
Uncle Keith is here. Keith Stout is here.
Is
Alan
he
Stout
really?
in San Francisco. I'll have you connect with Uncle Keith here in a little bit.
That would be cool.
David Wilson, Murray State Housing Office, driving through there.
Uh-huh.
And following him will be the U.S. Bank float.
It's down the street a little ways.
So you get a second to catch your breath here, Pete. Are you enjoying the
Absolutely.
morning? Are you enjoying
Thoroughly.
the homecoming parade? What a
Thoroughly.
great tradition this
And,
is, and we're happy to bring it to you.
I'll tell you what, your mom and dad are two of my very great friends, and like I said, I wish they were here. And I can remember, young man, I can remember when you were born. Uh, and I have to tell Alan that he and Doris did pretty well with you.
Well, I appreciate that. Not what I thought I'd hear in the parade today, but I mean, I'll take it. You know, that's great.
Absolutely.
You got to meet my son earlier, who's
I
here.
did.
He may make an appearance here in a little bit and give us a Go Racers. I'm
I
not
think
sure if
he
he'll make his.
should.
I'm not sure if
I think
my
he
son Hey
should.
Jay will make his way up here or not at some point, but we'll see if he wants to give us a Go Racers after a while. After a while, he's playing with his cousin Vera. They came up from
Now,
Huntington, Tennessee.
how did you select his name?
Well, that would be Hayron James, and now
Okay.
it's been condensed to Hey Jay.
Hey
So Hayron
Jay.
James Stout, and that is
And that's obviously a family.
that is correct.
Family
Hayron
name.
and Rebecca West lived in Murray for the longest time. That would
All
be
right.
my wife's
Wife's
grandparents.
Grandparents. All right.
And so we may hear a Go Racers from him here in a little bit, but as the U.S. Bank float makes their way, another big Dodge Ram, and they're throwing out Frisbees this morning. And a
Oh,
good catch
man.
from somebody in the 1966 graduating class over there.
That's the first time I've ever seen the U.S. Bank mascot. That's
a new one for me as well.
Yeah.
But he's
sure
throwing
is.
Frisbees and having
He's
fun.
throwing Frisbees and having fun. That's all that counts, really.
And I have to tell you a story, you know, homecoming memories. You start looking at this parade, I start remembering 4 years ago, my wife and I lived in West Tennessee, and we came to the homecoming parade as we're both alum.
Right.
And we walking down the street of the homecoming parade 4 years ago, and I turned around to my wife and said, I'd really like to live in Murray someday because this is just a great community gathering thing. And sure enough, a year and a half later, we've moved here and have loved it ever since. This is a great community event and a great advertisement just for the whole city of Murray as well
Yeah.
as Murray State University.
I want to say good morning to the Murray High School varsity cheer squad, and they are supporting breast cancer awareness with their T-shirts. What a great-looking group this is.
White College was one that
Yep.
went through right in front of them.
Right.
And right behind the Murray High School cheerleading squad, Delta Sigma Theta. Jeremy and Stacy Bell behind the Murray High School.
Jeremy Bell doesn't do anything. I wonder why in the world he gets to walk behind that group. I have never seen anybody any more involved in everything that appears to be going on.
A full plate, to say the least.
Full plate, to say the least. And his son is one of the stars of the Playhouse in the Park's Addams Family production. And you need to go see that.
Delta Sigma Theta makes their way through big Ford truck there, big F-150, and then now Cash Express.
Yeah.
Cash Express always giving away those cups that you see all throughout
Yeah,
the community.
but
Those
you
things
don't
are great.
see them giving away money. I mean, you'd think if they're going to give something away, what's the best thing they could give away?
They could throw out some
Yeah.
dollar bills, I
Yeah,
guess.
there
but
you go. That's no big deal.
Sam Gaskins for Congress, right behind
Uh-huh.
the Cash Express car. Obviously, a great opportunity for
Yeah.
politicians in the area
Oh,
to
don't you
rally
know?
rally some support, shake some hands, kiss some babies, as
Absolutely.
they say, throw out some
Uh-huh.
candy,
Throw out some candy.
and a 60s themed float.
Coming our way.
That's right. Another one full of flowers, no doubt.
That looks like maybe Franklin College, or who is it? I can't
On the
really
60s float would be Kappa Delta and Sigma Pi, KD and Sigma
tell.
Pi.
Okay. The Humane Society is in front of them. That's one I want to tell everybody about. One of my favorite groups in all of Murray. They rescue and help to place in forever homes some of the most beautiful animals that add so much to people's lives. And we appreciate the Humane Society of Callaway County. These dogs are excited, aren't they?
Loving it, you know.
Absolutely.
And, you know, they always bring the social ones. You
Yeah,
know, the ones
look
that
at
love the people, and they are
look at
just
the
thrilled.
variety of animals. Big ones, tall ones, fat ones.
And one
everything.
of them can be yours.
Yes,
if you
one of
visit
them
the
could
Humane
be
Society.
yours. Thank you very much.
Springer
Meet
and
the
Franklin.
Adoptables.
Springer and Franklin and the Pre-Vet Club all mixed together right there
Absolutely.
with the Humane Society.
And Next Saturday, I want to remind everybody, next Saturday is the Holiday Bazaar and Bake Sale put on by the Humane Society.
So this
Who
would
have we
be
got here?
Sigma Chi and AD Pi. Obviously,
There we go.
another Volkswagen bus, another 60s themed float, and they are chanting their way through here with their raising their symbols
Fantastic.
up in the air. That would be AD Pi.
Fantastic.
Sigma Chi looks like they are running deep with this homecoming reunion. You know, a lot of these
Absolutely.
fraternities really bring in the troops for
They do. They
a
do.
reunion every
And-
year.
and
Just-
it's
Sigma Chi is
always-
one that does a great job.
Always a big time.
Froggy 103.7 radio making their way through here, led
That's-
by
That's
the
our
Frog.
new truck. That's our new truck. Mr. Froggy, good morning. And a brand new Froggy.com, Froggy103.com truck.
And now one of my favorite, and I'll say one of everybody's favorite parts about the homecoming parade is the question, what will the AGRs bring to pull their float? What will the Alpha Gamma Rose pull out? And sure enough,
I'll
it's an
tell you.
18-wheeler of sorts making its way
With a
through
great
here
big horn. We
with
love
an
that.
80s theme. You got
Uh-huh.
the stacked pipes on there, giant boom box, a Rubik's Cube, album covers everywhere, Guns N' Roses and Queen stuff represented on the float as well. You see the
Absolutely.
KISS logo on the back.
Absolutely.
What a generation, what a decade to represent the 1980s. Tri-State
There
International
they are.
Trucks of Murray,
Did
Kentucky.
you ever work a Rubik's Cube or
Not correctly.
not correctly? Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. Back to
Good,
the future.
a good-looking 80s float. I noticed Pac-Man on the float as
Yeah,
well,
uh-huh.
as well as the MTV Music Television logo.
Great floats.
College.
Great floats.
College of Education. Hey, I'm going to point that out as well. They've done a good job with the decades. The
Yes,
floats
they
have done a
have.
great job with the decades.
Absolutely.
One of the better float years. You know, every once in a while you have a down year for the floats, where the theme's not the easiest to work with.
The
you
theme's
know,
not
and
easy to work with, and it's maybe you didn't have a good pledge class,
Yeah,
so
maybe,
you know it's just
maybe
a little
the pledge
rough.
class wasn't on
little
top
rough.
of things. But that's the biggest Rubik's Cube I've ever seen in my life. What a great job with the floats this year.
And
AGR.
all the colors are correct. That's the other thing.
Great job by the fraternities and
Yeah.
sororities this year.
All right,
The
we're
winner
happy.
of the float is announced later on today.
Yes,
as well.
you'll get to announce that, I think, won't
Absolutely.
you?
And the rest of the AGR crew making
Glad
their
to
way
have
by.
them here.
The College of Education and Human Services making their way right after them, I believe. On down the way a little.
There's their sweetheart, Cassie Jones, the Alpha Gamma Rho sweetheart this year, waving to everyone.
Again, thank you to our crew, Shasta O'Neill, Jeremy McKeel, and Chelsea and Piper, the camera crew. What a great job they're doing bringing this to you. This is the
Yes.
first year for the murraystate.edu/streaming URL to take the parade and bring it to
And I
people all
think-
over the country.
I think the fact that they're doing it is just one more benefit of coming here to Murray State and learning.
You're
they're
right.
they're training young people to go into radio and television, and you and I have benefited from all the work that they have done.
The Best Buddies Club along
Yes,
with
Best
Pi
Buddies,
Kappa
Pi
Alpha.
Kappa Alpha.
The Pikes coming through. College of Ed and Human Services
Yes.
were in front of them.
Uh-huh.
And looking back here, this is a special group coming now. This is Alpha,
Alpha
Gamma,
Gamma
Delta,
Delta.
the Gamma Chi I chapter. They're doing a
50
float.
years.
That's exactly right. They're doing a float with the Alpha Gamma Delta alumni They were established in 1966. Another
They
50th
had
anniversary.
They had a big dinner last night, and Dr. Robert McGahee was the master of ceremonies, and they gave him an award. He was, when he was an undergraduate or working on his PhD in Ohio, he was a house mother for the Alpha Gams.
What an interesting fact
A
on Doc
fact-
McGahee.
A factoid.
My
that's
neighbor, Doc McGahee. Love that fact. And how about this number for Alpha Gamma Delta? Over 200 alumni in town this weekend.
Yes,
how about that
and
for
they were
AGD?
all at that dinner last night and doing a great job, and it is wonderful to see that many decades of young women.
I got to say, I saw a group of the Alpha Gamma Delta ladies in Panera.
Yes.
Some from I believe they said they graduated in the 70s. And you would not believe the laughter coming from that table.
Yeah, I would. I know a lot of them.
Yeah, they are really having a great time this
They
weekend.
are.
And we
They
certainly
are.
appreciate them coming back in town and celebrating their homecoming as part of the parade. And look at, they
Yep.
just keep coming.
I
Another
know.
group
They're
of
everywhere.
Alpha Gamma Deltas.
Well, we're happy to have them all here. Happy to have them all here.
Hashtag
like
Racer
it.
Homecoming. If you're
That's
enjoying,
it.
if you're enjoying the action, if you're enjoying the parade, if you're
Yep.
enjoying it from, in fact, tell us where you're watching from. Use the hashtag Racer Homecoming on Instagram, on Twitter. Of course, you can follow us on Snapchat, Facebook, all the different platforms.
Every single. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tressa Ross, who we
Tressa
mentioned
Ross,
earlier. She's got 2 shout-outs
Absolutely.
today.
Her daughter is
Rachel?
Miss Murray State. Rachel.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The reigning Miss MSU. Hester College will be making their way, led by their mascot, Spike the Hedgehog. Another one of the residential college.
Is this Spike coming
Yeah,
here?
that would be Spike,
That would
escorted
be
by
Spike.
a Hester College student, it looks like.
Yeah.
And you notice the coat of arms on the front of each of these residential
Absolutely.
colleges. What a cool thing that is. They each have their own brand, their own traditions, their own sports teams even. And I tell you what, this is a pretty good gig we have here,
I
Pete,
know.
because
Look at all the loot we're getting.
we've got a bullseye for candy, and so people are bringing
We're a
candy by,
bullseye.
and,
Here we
and
go.
we are an
Thank you.
equal opportunity
All
employer
right.
when it comes to candy. We will take any
Absolutely.
and all. We
We
don't discriminate.
love-
Don't
we
discriminate on
love
any of the candies here, and it just keeps
Twizzlers.
coming. This is
Thank
good stuff.
you.
Lake
What a
Kim
crew.
Community Federal Credit Union supplying a couple handfuls of candy to us just there. My son will reap the benefits of that.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, it's been a fantastic parade so far, and it isn't over yet. There's still people coming.
And as I look down the street, Pete, I'm not sure if I remember this many people gathered around Main Street in a long time. When you order this kind of weather and you have Halloween mixed in, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
perfect to come out and enjoy the parade. Lawn chairs in the front yards and people on porches, and it's just this is a great place to be right now in Murray.
Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia and Sigma Alpha Iota paying homage to one of Murray State's longest, greatest student-run traditions, Campus Lights. They just passed by, and Campus Lights is entering its 80th year.
And I think back
can
on Campus
imagine.
Lights, you think about the productions of Bye Bye Birdie and
Oh.
Grease and Hairspray,
Yes.
and I mean, the list goes on and on. All these incredible productions. Always look out, murraystate.edu. They will post the Campus Lights every year, and when you can go check it out.
And I'll tell you what, coming up next is the Miss Rodeo.
That's correct.
Madison Moxley, Miss Murray State Rodeo, on her quarter horse Rocket Man. She'll be competing in the Miss Rodeo USA in January. Want to say good morning. What a gorgeous horse and rider. Isn't that beautiful? All right. We're happy to have every one of these people that have participated in this morning. We had a magnificent turnout of Greek organizations and floats this year, and they were all absolutely fantastic.
Perfect
I wanna say thank
opportunity for us to say the day
Absolutely.
is just beginning. You've got the parade. In fact, it began a little bit ago. A lot of breakfast gatherings.
Yes.
You got the parade going on. Tent City coming up here in just a couple hours. Head over to Roy Stewart Stadium around the track. We've got over 50 tents set up. What a long-standing tradition that is, and a fun one to reconnect with friends over there around the tents.
And just all kinds of opportunities to get together with friends.
Murray State football kicks off at 3 o'clock. Logan Stout, Pete Lancaster, we've had such a great time doing this. And before we go, we do have a very important message from the Alumni Association, and specifically from the director, the new director, Miss Carrie McGinnis. She'll take us out with that video. Pete, what a joy this has
been fun.
Man,
Thank
this has
you,
been a
Logan.
great time. Thank you to the crew again. What a great production this year. What a great production this has been. We hope you've enjoyed watching it from all over the country. We've had alumni tweeting at us and things like that saying they're watching all over the country, so we certainly thank you for watching.
Yes.
For Pete Lancaster, I'm Logan Stout saying happy homecoming. And
Happy
of course,
homecoming,
go
everybody.
Racers.
Go Racers.
Hi there. I'd like to take a moment to personally welcome you home to Murray State. Everyone loves a parade, and we in the Murray State University Alumni Association also love sharing our blue and gold passion, pride, and beloved traditions with our alumni, family, and friends. If you haven't already, please consider becoming a member of the Murray State University Alumni Association and join us as we celebrate the successes of past and present racers and afford opportunities for generations of racers in the future. Check out murraystate.edu/alumni online or on your phone and get involved today.
As racers, knowledge doesn't go unlearned. Talent doesn't lie dormant. Skill doesn't sit on the sidelines. And potential never goes unnoticed. At Murray State University, if you can dream it, you can do it. We bring you every opportunity to do so much more than you ever expected. And we'll be right beside you every step of the way.
We're celebrating the 90th anniversary of the Murray State University Alumni Association with a 90 for 90 campaign leading up to Homecoming 2016. Your support includes a $50 donation to the Century Club Alumni Legacy Scholarship to support future racers and a $40 contribution for your Alumni Association membership. There has never been a more important time to do everything we can to support our beloved university. Join the 90 for 90 campaign race today.